Hi, and thank you for joining us. Recently, we had our final class on emergence Christianity, and I asked the question, what do we need to let go of in the church to make room for whatever's next? Like, where is the church headed? We started to imagine what that might look like. And the very first response I got was, we need to stop saying, let's do it because we've always done it that way. Which reminded me of a story that I heard a long time ago, and later somebody told me it was a Zig Ziglar story. But here's how I remember this story. This woman was making ham for dinner, and she cut the ends off the ham. And her husband said, "Why do you cut the ends off your ham?" And she's like, "'Cause that's the way my mom always did it." So she texted her mom, "Why do you cut the ends off the ham?" And her mom said, "Because that's the way Grandma always did it." So then they asked Grandma, "Why do you cut the ends off the ham?" And Grandma said, "Because if I don't, it won't fit in my pan." So why do we do things like this? That little way of cooking had been passed down for generation to generation, and it didn't apply anymore. And I think there's a lot of things that we do in the church that were appropriate for a time and a place or a certain circumstance, and we continue to do them decades and centuries even later because that's the way it's always been done. And then I think about Jesus. Jesus was his ministry was fluid and flowing. He was always going from one place to another. He was never in the same place very long. And his ministry was directly related to what was going on where he was. Someone would ask him a question. He'd teach something. Someone needed to be healed. He'd heal someone. He never did the same thing 2 days in a row. So why in the church do we think we have to keep doing the same things over and over again? Because that's the way they've always been done. As we're trying to imagine a new future in the church, we have to make room for that, which means we might have to let go of a few things. Imagine if you continued to buy new clothes and you never got rid of the old ones. Eventually you would end up with a closet so full you don't have room for anything new. And I kind of feel like that's where that's the point we've reached in the church. We keep doing new things all the time, but we don't let go of the things that no longer work. So I hope you'll imagine, like, what could we let go of? What no longer serves us? If you give some thought to that, feel free to leave a comment or some ideas of what you think the church could let go of to make room for something new. God created us to be growing and evolving all the time. So if we stay the same way that we've always been, we're not growing and evolving anymore. So maybe let's imagine it in a new way. What could we let go of to make room for whatever's next? Like I said before, I don't know what the future's going to look like in the church, but we can imagine what that future's going to be like right now. So I hope you'll engage in this conversation with us and share with us what you think needs to be let go of. Not just in the church, but maybe there's something in your own life that when you let go of something old that no longer serves you, you make room for something new. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you next time.